Okay, confession. I almost typed my Medicare number into ChatGPT. The card was sitting right there because I had to call Medicare for something, and it was regarding a prescription. And so I had some additional thoughts that I wanted to have chat review. And it would have just been really the most natural thing in the world to do because I had a little bit in, and then I realized, oh, no, I can't do that. So I sat there and thought, okay, but how does anybody actually know that, right? Nobody hands you a manual. There's no little warning that pops up and, ooh, maybe not that one. You don't really know. And you're just supposed to know. So today, there will be 7 things that you should never type into an AI chat. 2 of them are going to possibly surprise you because they surprised me. Plus the 3 situations where I close the laptop and I actually call a human being. And listen, if the safety question is the thing that's been stopping you, good. That's the instinct that is correct. Asking, is it safe before you start is not being behind, it's just being smart. Hi, I'm Joanne. I teach AI women over 50, and here's the part nobody tells you. The rules for this are the rules you already live by. We're just pointing them at something new. Before the 7, there's one rule underneath all of them. And honestly, if you only remember this, you're 90% of the way there. So never type into AI what you wouldn't say out loud in a coffee shop. That's it. That's the whole thing. Social security number, not in a coffee shop. Bank account, not in a coffee shop. Password, absolutely not in a coffee shop or anywhere. But here's the part that people do miss, and it matters most more than the warnings, is everything else is relatively fine. I'm in my 60s, trying to lower my cholesterol. What should I ask my doctor? Perfect, safe, exactly what it's for. So you're sharing your context, not your credentials. Once you can feel that difference, most of the fear just goes away. 1, your social security number. Never. Not partial, not the last 4, not just to check something. 2, bank or credit card numbers. It cannot do anything useful with them. There is no reason it ever needs them. 3, passwords. Not to store one, not to check one, not to see if it's strong or not. 4, your Medicare or insurance ID. You're asking a health question, the card's right there in front of you. It feels relevant, so you feel like you need to be putting it in there, but ask the question, leave the number. Number 5, your full name and your home address together. Either one alone is okay. Together, that's identifying. No reason. Now, here comes the 2 nobody really warned you. Number 6, medical records with your name still attached. Now, I have used GPT and Claude for various medical reviews, and it's really about providing some of the test results or asking questions about certain types of medical issues. And what it does, it's excellent at translating all of the data. It just whips through it and provides really great information. You must take your name off, your birth date, and any policy numbers because you just don't want that inside of the chat. So just remember, just the numbers and the terms, that's all it needs. And you will get the whole benefit and give away nothing. Number 7, interesting one. Other people's private information. Now, when you think about this, you don't necessarily think, oh, I'm giving away my friend's information, do you? And so some of the things that you might consider are your daughter's health situation, your friend's divorce, your neighbor's money trouble. You get to decide what you share about you. You really don't get to decide what you share about others. So I know you still want to help, so here's how to get to that. So describe the situation, but drop the identity. A close family member is going through a difficult diagnosis, and I want to know how to support her. That's all you need. All right, some real examples. Stranger on the plane. Here's the picture that made all of it click for me. I think of it like a very smart stranger in the seat next to me. You've had them, I'm sure. You've been there. And I will tell the woman a lot of information, my whole life story, what I'm worried about, things I probably wouldn't even tell my neighbor. And it's because she's sitting there, she's interesting, she's got nowhere to be, and I'm never going to see her again. But I would never hand her my wallet. Same energy, tell it anything, hand it nothing. Quick thing while we're here, Thursday, August 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to go live and do a live session on YouTube. It will be my first. It's called Sip, Collect, and Glow Up. Very excited. You bring your choice of drink. I bring the AI, and we actually use it together while I answer whatever you want to ask. Eh, you know, good things. Free, nothing to sign up for. Just hit the bell so you get poked when it gets started. All right, back to it. The setting nobody mentions. Another good one. There's one setting worth knowing about, and it takes 30 seconds. Most of these tools use your conversations to help train the system, and they've probably been doing a good job as we've seen them grow. You can turn that off, though, and then your chats stay yours. So ChatGPT is under data controls, and Claude is under account settings. You don't have to. Nothing bad happens if you skip it. Just if privacy really matters to you, and for most of us it does, it's worth knowing the switch is there. And then the topic of 3 times I close my laptop and I don't ask chat. Now, this next part is the piece that most AI teachers skip entirely. And I think it's skipping it is a mistake. So knowing when not to use something is part of really using it well and understanding it much better. So the first one is the medical decisions. And it can research, it can prep your questions when you go to the doctor, make sure that you don't forget anything. Is that, does happen to me pretty frequently. It can explain the terminology the doctor said too fast. That's a good one. But it cannot diagnose you, and it is not the doctor. So use it to walk in smarter. Never skip the appointment. Number 2, legal and financial decisions. Same thing. It'll tell you what a document actually says in plain English, and that is generally useful. I do it constantly. I have used all kinds of contracts and legal documents recently that I needed to review, but it cannot tell you whether to sign it or not. That's an attorney's position, and that's a financial advisor if you need them. It's just a different job. 3, anything emotionally urgent. So a real crisis, health, family, money, that is not a screen, that's a person. It can help you sort your thoughts out afterwards, but wait till after, not instead. And it's a very good assistant, and good assistants have limits. Knowing them is what keeps you the one in charge. It can also just be wrong. Not sneaky wrong, not trying to trick you, just confidently wrong in a very calm, very reasonable voice about something it doesn't actually know. The word for it is hallucination, which sounds far more dramatic than it actually is. But it's filling a gap with something that actually sounds right. Doesn't happen very often, doesn't happen constantly. But my rule is the higher the stakes, the more I check. So birthday message, I'm not going to do anything with a birthday message. Medication interaction, however, a legal term, anything financial, I'm looking that up somewhere else before I do anything more about it. It's directions from a friend who's been somewhere once, probably right, still worth confirming before you drive 40 minutes the wrong way. All right, let's do the live demo. And let me show you safe and useful at the same time because they are not opposites. I'm asking a health question, the kind of thing most of us have typed into Google at 2 in the morning. I have been having trouble sleeping lately, and I'm in my early 60s. What are some common reasons this might happen? And what questions should I ask my doctor? Medication effects. Many medications can interfere with sleep. Sleep apnea with that kind of age range gives you some identifiers. restless leg symptoms, hormonal changes, medical conditions, anxiety or depression, lifestyle factors, and here you go, questions to ask your doctor. You might bring these questions to your appointment. So see how many there are there. I mean, that is great. And then information to track before your appointment. Now, look what I gave it: a rough age, one symptom, that's context. And what I didn't give it was my name, my birthday, my insurance number, or my doctor's name. Everything is useful, nothing that matters. So here's what you're walking out with today: 7 things you never type, context, yes, credentials, no, 3 moments where you shut the laptop and call a person, and 1 habit of checking anything that actually carries weight. That's not a long list. You'll have it in a week. And here's the part I actually mean: you are not naive about this. You've been reading fine print and spotting people who want something for you for decades, and you're still here and still sharp. AI is a tool. You already know how to handle a tool carefully. One last thing: I made you a free guide, just like I do. It's called Sip, Click, and Glow Up: AI Made Simple for Women Over 50. And it covers what AI actually is in plain English, how to write a prompt, get you something worth having, the safety basics we just did, and some practice ideas worth having. 20 minutes to read, links right below. Print it, stick it next to your laptop. Work through one thing a day. I'll see you in the next one and hope to see you live on August 20th. Have a great day.